Thank you everyone for being here, especially Janet Stiles. Shout out to Grandma's on Zoom. That's really exciting. I'm going to use this opportunity tonight to share a little bit about my mindset when it comes to leadership and just share a little bit about my journey. First, a little insight about where this journey began. Growing up, I was the third of 4 girls, which meant a few things. One, that I was constantly following my 2 older sisters around. And 2, that the only thing I had complete, utter control over was my little sister. And I took that job very seriously. Right from day one. I remember trying to teach her how to spell her last name before she was even in school and getting so frustrated that this 4-year-old couldn't figure it out. And she's probably laughing at home like, these people have no idea what I've put her through. But in reality, Caroline has actually taught me a lot about leadership. She taught me, first and foremost, that people didn't like to be bossed around all the time. Who knew? Was once a foreign concept to me. She also taught me that I had to learn how to relinquish control and let her grow and find a way to guide her along the way. And I had to make this decision as her older sister to take a step back because I wanted to see her succeed more than I wanted to boss her around. Fast forward a few years, I learned another valuable lesson from another sister of mine. During my junior year of high school, I was on a bus on the way to a huge state game for lacrosse. And we were passed books of letters from alumni that were written to us to get us ready for the big game and hype us up. But there was one letter in particular that resonated with me the deepest, and that was from my older sister. And I texted her today to see if she could dig it up for me so I could share my favorite line with you all. And it's something that I live by today. She wrote, "There's one piece that will allow you all to go beyond just being good, and that is collectively deciding to be great." We are faced with decisions in every single moment of every single day, and each decision we make impacts the next. And as student athletes at Cal from day one, we are introduced into this sink or swim environment. And the way I see it is that we have 3 choices. We can sink, we can float, or we can swim. And the difference between floating and swimming is the difference between deciding to get better and deciding just to get by. And I would not be the sister, the teammate, the student athlete, or the leader I am today if it weren't for all the difficult decisions I have to make every single day being at Berkeley in this environment. I think I can speak for every single person here when I say there are times in life where things are just not going your way. Maybe there's a class that is way harder than you anticipated, or we're not able to come out on the right side of super close games. But when this happens, we have 2 choices. We can do something about it, or we can let this unfortunate situation run its course. As Dr. Hendricks mentioned in my intro, this past fall, 3 teammates and I decided to launch a Cal Athletics voting initiative called Go Bears, Go Vote. And we sought out to make sure that every eligible student athlete within our community was registered and prepared to vote in the 2020 election. Which, quick shout out to LV, Nikki, and Cam, who are also largely responsible for this entire thing. We coordinated with as many coaches that were willing to set aside time for us and provided our peers with the proper tools to connect, to check their registration status, register if they weren't already registered, and request their absentee ballots if necessary. And we were able to connect with 21 out of the 26 teams here at Cal. And we collected data on every team to get a better understanding of where each team stood so we could offer our support where it was needed the most. And while it's so great to think back and reflect on our successes, there were also some major challenges that we faced as a team. Registering an entire student body and encouraging them to vote is one thing, but doing so in the middle of a global pandemic was another. But we chose to be adaptable. We set up Zoom presentations. We used QR codes out the wazoo to make sure that we were sending out the proper paperwork. And we figured out a way to present to as many teams as possible while we were all navigating online school and our commitment to lacrosse. And no 2 of those presentations looked the same. And some teams gave us 10 minutes of their time while others gave us a whole hour. And we chose to be adaptable. So we chose to problem solve, and we chose to remain committed to our goal and get the job done no matter how much time we had to do so. And making all these decisions with confidence has been a crucial step in taking me from a floater to a swimmer at this school, because I know that I'm the best version of myself when I'm confident. And finding confidence in myself means I have to be in tune with my strengths, but it also means I have to be in tune with my weaknesses. I just lost my spot. Okay, I'm back. And if I make mistakes as a leader, like I just did, having confidence doesn't mean I can't accept defeat. It means that I need to own up to my mistakes, take responsibility, adapt, and move on. Because something that I've learned is that confidence is contagious and that confidence fuels change. I choose to be confident in myself and my ability, especially in this Go Bears Go Vote initiative. I chose to be confident in our ability to get every single student athlete at Cal registered to vote. And the four of us decided to make it happen. And as a result of this, we were able to make a huge difference in our community. In my eyes, there is a huge difference between taking opportunities and making opportunities. Those who take opportunities are, of course, going to be better than those who don't take any at all. But those who make opportunities for themselves are the people who are going to change the world. When I was first asked to speak tonight, I was decently hesitant because I wasn't sure who would want to listen to me. But I think after sharing my thoughts tonight, if anything, hopefully you've seen that leadership is a work in progress and that I am currently a work in progress. I've grown so much in my 3 years here at Cal, and I hope to keep growing, but I recognize that this growth mindset that I have is a conscious decision that I have to make every day to find love and motivation in all that I do. And by deciding to be adaptive, being confident and composed in my abilities to lead myself and lead others, and by pushing myself and those around me to constantly be growing, I'm turning my obstacles into opportunities. And if we all decide to do so collectively, greatness will follow. Because at the end of the day, no one is going to invite you to change the world. So you just are going to have to decide to do it for yourself and those around you. Thank you.